Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hopefully you can see me and hear me this time. I know I've got a lot of people in my house, so sometimes that makes my internet spotty. If you can't hear me, somebody text me and let me know. All right, it is Tuesday, and for the Keller Williams Memphis Mid-South Mississippi, North Mississippi office, we are having our State of the Company today. We've got a pretty cool lineup. So I would encourage you to come in person if you can. If you cannot, just get on Zoom. Would love to see you and your face on Zoom. But we are going to do something a little different. I'm going to talk about where I think real estate is going, where we need to run as professionals, and why we need to go together. And then I'm also going to touch on what we would call the 5 keys to selling real estate in the future. And what I think is going to be really awesome is I've got 5 people that I know that are consumers, that are not real estate agents, that are going to kickstart us after the vision speech. And I'm going to ask them 2 questions. I'm going to ask them what they're looking for in a residential real estate expert before they transact, i.e., before selling or before buying, because I'd like to get their opinion. And I will let you know that they come from several different lines of work. And I have not asked them to share XYZ. I've just said, hey, I want to know what's important to you as a consumer when you look to sell and when you look to buy. And then on the back end, I've asked them to also share when they get done working with a real estate agent and after closing, what would they like to see from the real estate agent to provide additional value? So we're going to hear this directly from the consumer, 5 of them today. I think we should be all ears because whatever they're saying they want is what we should write down and start providing as added value. So we're going to do that. And then we've got some pretty strong heavy hitters on the panel that increased their business last year in one of the toughest real estate markets I've ever seen. And they are doing things differently and therefore taking market share. So all that to say is, y'all, it's going to be a great one. I'm not just telling you that. We're bringing a lot of great content, and we're hearing from agents that have grown their business. We're hearing from the consumer in regards to what they want, and we're going to talk about 5 keys and things that we can implement this year so that we can remain relative, provide high value, therefore making sure that we get paid what we're worth. So, and whatever that may be in terms of your menu of services, but I believe that we are wealth advisors and not just real estate agents. So we're going to touch on all of that today. So don't miss it. We are starting right at 11. I'm going to open us up with a prayer, and then I'm going straight into the vision speech, and we're rolling. So please make sure that you're there on time. All right, we're all things AI today, but I wanted to start with a few things because I want to make sure we're all on the same page. Hopefully everybody can see my screen. If you cannot, let me know. Right now, we have been going down this AI playbook, and we're coming to the end of, and I'm going to go back and I'll go through these in just a minute. We're coming to the end of this checklist. So I'm going to hit on prompt 4, which we've already talked about, but I'm going to hit on that again today, and then I'm going to show y'all prompt 5. What I'm asking you to do is to take 1 hour out of your day this week and put these prompts into your chat or whatever your LLM is. And then what I'm asking you to do, instead of getting in the weeds of trying to go implement all of these things right now, I'm going to ask you to just create projects so that you can go back and start looking at all the different prompts in the future. Okay, so like right here, I've got the KW AI playbook, and I've titled everything accordingly so that I can go back and review this when I am ready to implement. Right now, I'm just getting the content and the prompts into chat and filing them so that I can work smarter, not harder, going into the year. So I'm asking you, what I've created right here is this AI playbook. So it's titled AI Playbook. I've come over here, I've created a new project, and I'm putting all the prompts over here. I am not getting in the weeds of implementing these prompts right now. I just want to file them over here. So then after I get them filed, I can start the planning process. Anybody want to know why I'm doing it this way? And not just trying to implement it one at a time. The reason why I'm doing this way is because next year, now I have a model. I can rewrite the prompt every year, and now I have an entire operation playbook of what I'm running for the following upcoming year. But if I don't have these all filed away, I don't have a system and I don't have a standard operating procedure. And these and filing these away like this will allow me to go back to it every year and refeed chat, and then look at a game plan and create a business plan for me for 2027. So all that to say is I wanted to revisit a few things here. So this is the 1 hour implementation checklist. I will ask the office to send this out. Linda or Leslie or Kirsten, if you'll remind me, I'll give you every single prompt and we could just send it out. Like, here's the 5 prompts you need to implement today, and file it in your chat, and then you can revert back to it in the future. But right now, I want to touch on these 2 prompts. We talked about annual client communication calendar, and I wanted to hit on a few things after I reviewed it. I want to go back to this. So as you can tell, I filed it away. Now I can go back and revisit it. But this is a great time for me to come back and revisit my annual client communication calendar, because now I have January. I need to start putting out content around the hidden inventory shift. And I need to have our operations team start unloading this so that we are hitting on hidden inventory shift in January. Same thing in February, interest rates versus buyer psychology, so forth and so on. It is telling me everything that I need to do in that month to bring that content to the market, right? So there's my monthly calendar, and I thought this was really cool. It also chunks down 3 high impact client events. The first one in the spring, the second one in the summer, and then the third one in the fall. And based on what I've shared with it in terms of me being a wealth advisor in the real estate space, this is what it's come up with. So it says in the spring, I need to do a home ownership wealth lab. It's going to be a small group of people with wine and education, equity, tax strategy questions, and future planning. And then the positioning of that is, this is how families quietly build wealth. Lauren Yoakum, I think you're on the call. This is something that we talked about that I'm seeing some other people do. Y'all, this would be a great thing for y'all to invite people into your homes and provide a home ownership wealth lab. It could be your top 50 referral partners. And then you've got a summer event that touches on kids and clients for appreciation experience. So pool party, movie night, whatever that may be. No selling, 100% gratitude. And in the fall, economic forecast and a client advisory night where you bring in a lender, CPA, financial advisor, tax strategist, whatever that may be. But this is for my top 50. And then I'm going to scroll down. I'm not going to get into the authority pieces, but I love this. This is for my A-list client personalization system, high touch, low effort. So for my past clients, referrals, and my top investors, this tells me exactly what I need to do every single quarter with my DTD2. So I'm already sending it's automated monthly market email. I'm already sending them that quarter signature contents, which we talked about at the top. And then I'm going to personalize with a voice note. I'm going to send them equity reviews, which we have that already automated, but I would call them and say, what do you think about your equity position? Or what do you think about the appreciation rates in your neighborhood? And then I'm going to send you a personal text with event invites. So all that to say is everything is in here. I don't want you getting in the weeds. Right now, what I really am asking all of y'all to do is to copy and paste all of these prompts, put them into chat, and then start filing them away. And let me show you how easy it is to file away. So I'm going to go back to this first prompt, which is a brand differentiator analysis. And I'm going to go back here and I'm just going to search in my chat, and I did brand differentiation analysis. There it is. Hopefully y'all can see my screen. I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to move this project to AI Playbook. And now it is in my AI Playbook. And then I'm going to say this is prompt 1. So now I have prompt 1, which I will do it in this order. Prompt 2, prompt 3, prompt 4, and prompt 5. And this is what I'm asking y'all to do this week. And once you do that, then you can go back and actually build this all out and put it on a big calendar or a content calendar. But it is all right here. And the same thing with anything I need from KW standpoint. All of that from the AI Playbook is right here as well. So I'll send out these prompts. The KW AI Playbook, if you don't know how to access it, please hit it in the chat and we can review that for you. And then last but not least, before I wrap up today, I've got 4 more minutes. I want to talk about this last prompt, which I think is a great one. It says, prompt number 5, and this is the final one of this series. It says strategic lead magnet generator, which I went ahead and filed that over here so I can easily access it. I put that exact verbiage in here, and this is what it's come up with. It's given me a MOFR for sellers, the Memphis Equity Unlock Plan, how to sell for maximum net without over improving your home. This is nobody's speaking this language, just so everybody knows. And then it gives me a call to action, gives me the strategy. And MOFR number 2 for buyers, the Memphis Market Advantage Blueprint, how smart buyers win the right home without overpaying. So it literally gives me all of my MOFRs here as well. So instead of y'all getting in the weeds of trying to implement this, all I'm asking you to do is for 1 hour, put it into chat, file it away, and then we can revisit it and go back to it and start creating a plan in order to simplify. I'm seeing some things in the chat. Can somebody enlighten me with what's being said? Hold on.
They're just asking about Becky and Gabby were asking about the AI playbook. I was telling them to go into Connect and look up AI playbook, and it's in there. And then Becky, what Sarah did was just copy and paste these prompts and made different files in ChatGPT, like different tabs on the side.
Here, let me show y'all what I do. So I go over here. Y'all are going to be able to copy and paste this. So this is highlighted, right? So I highlighted this, and I'm going to put all these prompts in a one sheet for y'all. I copy this, and then so y'all probably can't see, but I put Command C, and then I come over here and I start a new chat, and then over here I do Command V. I paste it, I hit go, and then it'll come up as a new, let's see, let's just go over here. It'll come up as a new prompt, like that's what I just did with this one. And then this is the what it'll spit out, obviously. And then I will take that, come up here to these 3 dots, move my project to, or start a new project as it allows me to do that right here. And then I'll file it away over here. Does that answer the question? Hopefully that answers that question. If not, I'm happy to go over that with anybody that needs me to. But I'm going to show y'all where to get the AI playbook. I'm going to come in here. Connect is gold. It's going to make me do all that. If you get in, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do all that right now because we're limited on time. Linda, we might need to go over that with a few people. But essentially, once you log into Command, there's a tab at the top and it says Connect. Think of this as like your real estate Google search bar. So if you go in there and you put AI, just put AI and make sure when it pops up, it'll send you all these different playbooks, AI playbook. You need to click on the one that says large language models. So make sure that you're using the playbook that says large language models. That's the one that has been updated and is the most recent one. What questions do y'all have about this? Anybody? Please don't get in the weeds. All I'm asking you to do is to get organized. Let's get organized first, and then we can start implementing second, right? So we've got to make sure that we're working smarter, not harder. And the first step to that is organizing it into chat. So doing the KW playbook and this playbook. And then when y'all want to go through and start reading these things and start implementing them on a monthly basis, you can get a huge calendar. I'm a visual person. I need a big old calendar. And then I can start creating my content calendar and go ahead and have that built out. So y'all let me know if you need anything. Linda, can we get this out on Friday, these prompts in the Win the Morning emails?
Yes.
Y'all, we do a Win the Morning recap email every single Friday. So please be on the lookout. I know it's easy for us to just click, and I'm the world's worst at this. Click and get out of it. I want to make sure that you're getting this information so that you can implement. And then one other thing, I know there was a lot of circulation around net sheets in Mississippi. We are talking to several people to see if an attorney can draft up a net sheet for us for Mississippi. So just want to let everybody know that we are working on that. Tennessee folks, we have that in MLS and Paragon. But Mississippi, I don't think y'all do unless it's, well, I think some of y'all's MLSs do, some do not. So we're just trying to get a canned version of it so that y'all have it and you have a net sheet. So all that to say, what I'm happy about, you're on, my husband just coming in here. What I'm happy about is y'all are actually starting to understand net. And once I can teach you net and net sheets, then you're completely speaking a different language within every other realtor in town, which sets you apart and provides you as a wealth advisor. So all that to say, I will see everybody right at 11. I am going to kick started in prayer, and then I'm going right into the vision speech, and we're rolling. Don't miss it. Y'all let me know if you need anything. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.